What's up, everybody? Welcome to some green-black zombies. Hope you're ready to eat some zombie brains. Well, maybe human brains, but zombie brains can work too. As far as our opening hand goes, we have... This is not Manaless Dredge. It's a beautiful hand if we had 2 lands, but yeah, we're going to have to mulligan on this one. It's going to get the chat closed out. Yeah, that's not too bad. We've got turn 1 Gravecrawler, turn 2 Lotleth. We can chunk one of these cards if we need to. Yes, we'll go and keep on that one. Sounds like a plan. Dread Wanderer. Do we want that on top? So we're looking at Gravecrawler... Then we're looking at Lotleth Troll. We could get into spots where we could just discard it to... Yeah, let's go ahead and put that on top. There we go. We can get into spots where we can discard that to Lotleth Troll. Get a nice little extra counter on Lotleth Troll. Let's get the graveyard squared up. There we go. But yes, we're playing green-black zombies. Hope you're excited. I love zombies. Zombies are so much fun. Let's go and get the swamp down. Let's lead off with Gravecrawler. And then anything else? No, we're going to go and pass turn. But yeah, we'll see what we're playing gets here in a second. But yeah, this is green-black zombies. We do have... I did kind of toy around with black-white zombies, and I kind of felt that green-black was a little bit kind of the way you wanted to go with it. Let's go ahead and shock this Overgrown Tomb in. Let's go for Lotleth Troll. And let's go and come in hot with Gravecrawler. Get that 10-turn clock established. There we go. Coming in hot, it's going to drop our opponent down to 18. And then, anything else for turn? No, we're good. Alright, so we're going to go and pass her. Alright, so now we have a couple different options. With Lotleth Troll, we can chunk the Dead Wanderer. That's going to give Lotleth an extra counter. Now, with the land drop, we'll be in a really good spot where we can get one of our zombie lords down. Either way, we're still going to have 2 zombie lords. We have Death Baron, skeletons. We don't have any skeletons in here, but other zombies you control get +1 and have Death Touch, which is actually really good. We're also running Lord of the Accursed. Other zombies you control get +1. Then for an activated ability, 2 mana, all zombies gain menace until end of turn. So probably our opponent's going to take one of our zombie lords, and then we can chunk the Dead Wanderer to Lotleth Troll. Kind of have that in the graveyard. Okay, so they take Lord of the Accursed. We're okay with that. They did get down a Marsh Flats with Urborg out there, so might be black-white tokens. Not entirely sure yet, to be honest. And then we can chunk a card, a creature card to Lotleth Troll at any time at instant speed, so we don't have to do it at the end of the turn or anything like that. Draw into another Dread Wanderer. Okay, we do not hit the lane drop for the turn. Let's go ahead and swing in, and we're probably going to go ahead. Well, let's see. Now we're in a little bit of a Now that I think about it, instead of chunking the Dread Wanderer, we drew into 2 more. We may end up just casting them, and then hopefully we can hit the land drop for the turn and go Death Baron next turn. That'll be a nice little zombie bonus across everybody. Yeah, let's go and do that. So looking at Dread Wanderer, and let's go another Dread Wanderer. I'd like to chunk them to Lotleth. We could got in 2 extra right there. But if we hit the land drop for the next turn, we missed it this turn, then we'll be in a spots where we're looking at 3, 6, 9, 12, and they'll be right at 1, coming in hot with the +1 and Death Touch. And if they get any sort of creatures out there, the Death Baron does grant Death Touch, so that's pretty nice. And just for transparency, I am recording in the modern practice room, the tournament practice room on the MTGO client. There's just some modern decks that just aren't tier 1, and Green-Black Zombies is not tier 1, but it's still a fun deck to play, and there's some fun, there's always some nice competition in the tournament practice room, so I just wanted to get that out there in case that was something that some people didn't enjoy. Let's go ahead and get the Marsh Flats down. Beautiful, hit the land drop. And there is Urborg out there, so we're not really under any pressure to crack right now, so let's go ahead and just tap black, and then get down the Death Baron. Alright, so we're going to be swinging in for 12. It's going to put him down to 1. The only thing that we kind of need to watch out for would be Path to Exile on Death Baron. That'll get rid of the nice little bonus. Okay, opponent scoops it up, coming in hot. I guess they were mana screwed like we were. Now, we just saw basically we saw Marsh Flats and an Urborg and Inquisition of Kozilek. So it could have been Obzon, potentially, that didn't draw into any sort of threats or anything like that. We have Liliana the Veil in here. We never saw her. We have Putrid Leech. Let's see. Some of this deck, we are running Kalitas. We're also running Phyrexian Obliterator. That way, if we are running into our Path to Exile stuff and they can really pop our zombie lords, then you can kind of switch that around. But since we didn't really catch anything, man, I'm thinking I'm okay with just kind of shipping it back the way it was. Even if it is Obzon, we'll figure it out. If it's black-white tokens, we might change some stuff around. But I think at this point, we're just going to kind of go and ship it back. I mean, zombies is the name of the game on this one. So we're going to go and submit, put this one over to Game 2. And then hopefully our opponent doesn't get mana screwed. That's never fun. But, hey, it is Modern. Play a lot of Commander, and if they get mana screwed in Commander, that's never fun. But in Modern, it's just kind of like, hey, man, is what it is. Okay, as far as opening hand goes, we've got triple Overgrown Tomb. Yeah, this is pretty nice. We've got Gravecrawler, Blood Scrivener, and then Death Baron and Liliana the Veil. So, yeah, not a bad opening hand. I'd like to have some of these be some basic lands so we don't have to shock them in each turn, but we'll make it work. But, yeah, so as far as Blood Scrivener, yeah, we're going to go and keep on this one. It works really well with Cryptbreaker, excuse me, I forgot his name for a second, Cryptbreaker. So you're getting into spots where you're just dumping all of your zombies out of your hand, and then once you have an active Cryptbreaker and 3 untapped zombies, you can tap it, and with this on the battlefield, you're going to draw 2 cards instead of 1 card. You're going to lose 1 life, but you're drawing 2 cards, and we're running just basically, the whole deck tops out at 3 converted mana cost, so you get into spots where you can really just simply, you know, activate the Cryptbreaker activation, draw those 2 cards, and simply redeploy every single turn. Then if you have Liliana the Veil out there, each player discards a card. That's another way to kind of dump your hand to where you can get into spots and really take advantage of the Cryptbreaker. So Cryptbreaker's pretty good in the deck. That's definitely one of the cards you want to have in your opening hand. Now our opponent is firing off an Inquisition of Kozilek. They do take Liliana. Okay, fair enough. Well, oh, there's Mr. Cryptbreaker himself. We were just talking him up. Let's go ahead and we're not going to go for Cryptbreaker next turn. I mean, we could, but we're looking at swinging in for 2. So let's go and shock this Overgrown Tomb in. Let's go Gravecrawler. That way, if they have any sort of removal, you know, other than Path to Exile, it's going to send Gravecrawler to the graveyard, and then we can cast it out of the graveyard too. So next turn, we're probably looking at... Probably going to go for the Blood Scrivener, get that down, and then we'll get into spots where it's a 2-1. We can go Lord. It'll be a nice little 3-2 over there. Okay, so we draw to another Swamp. That'll allow us not to have to shock something in. Let's go and swing in for 2 right now. Coming in hot. Gravecrawler's crawling across the battlefield. I don't know. Love Gravecrawler. Cool looking dude. Okay, so we got Fatal Push on Gravecrawler. Fair enough. Alright, so now we get into spots where we can actually go Swamp. Let's go Cryptbreaker. And then we can simply recast Gravecrawler out of the graveyard. Okay, so now we're looking at 3 next turn. If we want to, we can shock in the Overgrown Tomb and then go for the Death Baron. Yeah, you know, since they did blast the Gravecrawler, we can get down the Blood Scrivener or actually go for the Death Baron next turn. That'll be a nice little bonus for all of our zombies. And if there's something kind of funky, we can tap and kind of draw another card. Smallpox. Okay, it looks like we're playing against Black-White Smallpox. Okay. Each player discards a card, sacks a creature, and sacks a land. So we're actually going to be okay on this one. Let's go ahead and sacrifice the Gravecrawler. Let's chunk the, I think on this one, we'll go ahead and chunk the Overgrown Tomb. Sacrifice the Gravecrawler, hits the graveyard. We're still going to be able to cast it because we have a zombie. And we're also running about 30 zombies in the deck itself. So sacrifice the land. We'll go ahead and sacrifice the Swamp. Why not? And yeah, that's pretty gnarly. I love that interaction. So, with Smallpox, each player loses a life, discards a card, sacks a creature, sacks a land. So with Flagstones, whenever you sacrifice it, put it in the graveyard, search your library for a plane. So basically, they stay the same on lands, and they get to search it up. So I've always enjoyed that interaction. It's kind of a, even though it doesn't go good in our favor, it's one of those feel-good Magic moments. Okay, draw into Dread Wanderer. All right, so if we go ahead and shock the Overgrown Tomb in. So we're looking at, we can cast Gravecrawler out of the graveyard, we can cast Dread Wanderer. It's going to come into play tap, so we're not going to be able to activate Cryptbreaker. Let's still go ahead and keep our zombie count up. Let's go ahead and go Gravecrawler. Let's go and swing in hot for 1, and then we can go Dread Wanderer on the back end. Drop them down to 17. Let's get the Dread Wanderer down. And anything else, now we're going to go past turn. Okay, so we did see Gideon coming out of the graveyard. So this is either Black-White Control or Black-White Tokens or Black-White Smallpox, whatever you want to call it, some variant of that. Leyline of the Void, if a card we put in an opponent's graveyard, exile. Okay, fair enough. We've got Gravecrawler out in time. Let's go and put the Swamp down. And I think at this point, yeah, let's go and go Death Baron. This could be a nice little chunk of damage we're going to be able to get in. So we're looking at triple black. This will be a nice little bonus that's looks like 6, 8 coming across, going to put him down to 9. All right, coming in hot. And then we're going to have enough mana to go for the Blood Scrivener next turn, and then hopefully we can get into spots where we can tap and kind of draw a little bit extra and maybe hit that last little land drop. Now, if they don't have any, they have 2 cards in the hand, so if they don't have any answer for at least the Death Baron, we are looking at 5 and then a 10 coming across next turn, which is going to be just enough. So they're going to have some sort of answer. Now they do have Shambling Vent, so they can activate that for 3 mana. It becomes a 2/3 white elemental creature with lifelink. So that's going to be a way for them to gain life off this attack. But luckily through the Death Baron we have Death Touch. So he's a pretty good little zombie lord, man. I've really enjoyed him in here. Really good. I just want to give him a nice little zombie pat on the back. But yeah, so I went green-black zombies with this one. We don't have Lotleth Troll or Putrid Leech in here. But I did go black-white zombies for a little bit with the Wayward Servant and the Tide Hollow, the artifact zombie that exiles a card, Tide Hollow something. Okay, so we got Shambling Vent getting fired up. They're going to swing in for 2. Yeah. Okay, it's going to put them in 11. Fair enough. And then we go down to 13. But yeah, so I did try the black-white version. I may end up recording both. I'm not entirely sure yet, to be perfectly honest. Okay, let's go and get the Swamp down. Let's go for the Blood Scrivener. Looking at 1, 2. And now we're looking at 5. We're going to have 10 coming across, which is going to put them down to 1. Yeah, let's go and do that. Let's just go and force the issue. That way, if they draw into some sort of fetch land, or if they go for smallpox, they're going to die to that. So let's go and get in for 10. And then next turn, you know, whatever we draw, we're going to have enough mana to cast it because our converted mana cost tops out at 3. And then we get into spots where we can tap some of our zombies and draw a few extra cards. So definitely get behind that. Let's see. Going for Damnation. Fair enough, man. It's going to take care of our zombies. All right, now we're in top deck mode. See what we draw into. Putrid Leech. All right, man, I will take you, buddy. Let's get you down. And they do have Shambling Vent, so if they do want to block on Shambling Vent, we can pay 2 life and activate the Putrid Leech and swing in for 4. Take care of the Shambling Vent. They're going to gain that life, but it'll put us in a spot where hopefully we can kind of push through that the following turn. All right, so they got double Shambling Vent up and running. Let's see what we draw into. Some sort of... Oh, draw into another Putrid Leech. All right, man. Let's go and swing in for 2. We're okay with that right now. Alright, coming in hot. We still have the activation on Putrid Leech. If you're not familiar, pay 2 life, Putrid Leech gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Okay, so opponents go for the Shambling Vent activation. More than likely, we're going to see a block. Okay, and let's go and pay the 2 life on this one. We're going to go down to 11. That's a nice little 4/4 body. They're going to gain that, go to 3. And let's go and get down the second Putrid Leech. That's the good thing about the deck, is that if we do run into something like Damnation, you know, not with Leyline of the Void out there, we're going to have Gravecrawlers coming back out of the graveyard, and we're running 30 zombies in this deck, so it's really not that far-fetched that you're going to draw into some sort of answer to kind of take care of your opponent. So, but yeah, we close it out. I guess this is black-white smallpox, if you want to call it that. So, but yeah, close it out. Nice little Putrid Leech action. So, all right, everybody, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks.